So we're going to get into one of my favorite closes, the prioritizing exercise close. So this is how you can leverage, bring this over here, there we go. This is how to leverage people's priorities, okay? Whenever you're talking to somebody. Because a lot of the time, most people don't actually realize what their priorities are. So, we're getting into that. So this is leveraging the hierarchy of priority. So let me know where you're watching from. I actually have this pulled up over here on my computer. So I'm going to answer any questions as we go on with this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this in the Facebook group, show us some love. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll love to hear that. So, leveraging the hierarchy of priorities. So we're going to get into how we use this close, and a lot of time this is going to happen because you're going to hear somebody say, I'm also looking at this other program, or I also want to go talk to this other person, or well, I want to take some time to think about this, or I think what I need to focus on is this, or I want something that's going to focus on all of this, or I think, or I've been told I need to focus on this. So this type of rebuttal, the way that we handle that type of obstacle, if you will, when you hear that, is going to be by using this, leveraging the hierarchy of priorities. So this is how the close is going to work. So you're going to, okay, I actually wrote it all down here because I just put this into a video. This is also going to go into our private program so you can see exactly how this works in this close. But anyway, so the first thing you want to do is respond back to them. And this is such small writing here. I want to make sure I get it right the first time for you guys. So the first thing you want to acknowledge is when you work on everything all at once, everything breaks. And it's really important to make sure that you lead with that and then you drop an analogy, okay? So we're going to get into the priority piece first, but you have to be able to frame it properly. So if they're like, I want to work on, or I want to think about using this other person's program or this other specific service because they said they're going to cover all of this stuff. And typically when people hear that, it makes them really excited. And the reason why is because they think that they're going to have everything handled under one umbrella, right, at the exact same time. But the analogy to that is to help them understand, like, when you work on everything all at once, everything breaks, okay? So that's going to be the first thing you do, and then you go through an example. So depending if you're doing something with sales, depending if you're doing something with Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever, make sure you know your audience when you deal with this next part with the analogy. So what you want to do is reference the analogy and say, well, just like a Facebook ad, if you were to work on everything at once and the ad wasn't performing and you took the ad down completely and put a brand new one up, it's still probably not going to perform. Like, that's not how you fix a Facebook ad, right? You tell them that the first thing you're going to do is fix one thing at a time. You're going to start with fixing the ad copy or the headline or the creative or the targeting, right? You're going to fix one thing at a time. Or if you're talking, like if they have a sales team, you're going to say, well, you're not going to just fire your whole sales team, you're going to fix one thing at a time. Look at their KPIs, look at their daily habits, look at each individual thing so you can fix that one thing to help move them forward, right? So this is going to be the same thing. So what we're trying to do is to get them to raise their level of thinking to understand, like, it doesn't actually make sense to buy into everything all at once, okay? So that's our goal here, to help them understand that. I'm going to move this over, okay? So here's how this works. Let's do an exercise real quick, okay? Can you get out a pen and paper so we can write this stuff down? What do you feel like needs your immediate attention in your agency right now? Let's write it down, okay? And typically what they're going to write, let me get a different marker. So typically what they're going to write is stuff like, you know, sales. This is just an example, right? This is stuff that we see every day. Sales, marketing, and systems, okay? This is stuff we see every day. So they say, well, I feel like we need to fix our sales process, which is usually the first thing they say. The next thing that we need to fix is our marketing, so we can start getting in more leads. And the last thing we want to fix is our systems, okay? So that's typically what we hear. So those are the three things that, because we asked them, like, can you write down those three things that you feel like need your immediate attention in your agency? Sales, marketing, systems. That's usually what they say. Okay, well, what are you hoping sales is going to do for you? And they're going to say, well, they're going to help us close more deals, right? Okay, great. So what is marketing going to do for you? Well, marketing is going to help us, generate more leads and more appointments. So this way we can go in and close more sales. Okay. What is systems going to do for you? Well, systems are going to help us with the retention so we can keep clients. So this way we can start to systemize and automate things. So this way we can start not being so much in the business. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So out of those, first of all, I applaud you for knowing right off the top of your head and to be able to see it. Doesn't it feel empowering to be able to just write down and see exactly the three things that need your immediate attention? They're always going to say yes, because what we want to do is be able to build a consistency bias and get a lot of yeses, right? Because you guys have heard the saying, right? A yes drives a yes drives a yes. Keep getting them to say yes. Well, that's called a consistency bias. But anyway, so we want to be able to keep driving that and also raise the emotion, right? People buy when the emotion's high and justify with logic. This whole reframe that I'm showing you here with this prioritizing exercise close, leveraging the hierarchy of priorities, it's going to be a mix of that emotion and logic. So we're going to get into how it works in a sec. But you're going to say, okay, cool. So out of those three things, what are you hoping to gain out of sales? What are you hoping to get out of marketing? What are you hoping to get out of systems? I'm going to tell you those things. Okay, what do you feel like is going to drive the largest return for you? Which one of these three? Do you feel like getting more sales is going to drive the largest return? Do you feel like getting more appointments on your calendar is going to drive the largest return? Or do you feel like setting up systems in your business is going to drive the largest return? And typically what they're going to say is something along these lines, because they're going to say, well, the systems will, because long term I can keep clients and that's how I'm going to have more money. Say, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, and make sure you're writing this out, okay? That's how this close works. These exercise closes, which is just one of a few that we have inside of my Art of Sales mentorship. So if you're not in that program, we help agencies be able to build better sales systems and hire world-class sales teams. So that's what that is. But anyway, you come in here and you're going to say, okay, so largest return is going to be systems. So what do you believe out of sales, which is going to help you drive more high-ticket clients, and out of marketing, which is going to help you drive more appointments, which one of these is going to show you the fastest return? And they're going to say, well, I can't have sales without more appointments, so I would assume appointments. Be like, okay, here's the fastest return. Okay? And make sure you're drawing this out. All right? Next, you're going to get in there and you're going to say, okay, based on knowing that systems is going to drive the largest return, but the fastest return is going to come from marketing to generate leads, right? And you know that sales comes second because it's going to help you close the deals. How would you prioritize the three things that need your immediate attention? And then they're going to say, well, clearly the first thing we need to do is put the fastest thing first. Okay, marketing. They're going to say, obviously, sales comes second. Okay, and they're going to say, and then systems, that would be the next thing. Okay, so boom, now we have prioritized. Okay, so now we've prioritized all three things. That's what we're going to lead in with, okay, that makes a lot of sense, what you said there, because, yeah, obviously without leads, you're left stranded. If you don't have any at-bats, then you can't actually be good at this, right? And then there's no need to build systems around something that doesn't actually exist. If you have no clients to build systems around, then clearly that wouldn't make any sense. So I get it, why you put that third. So, and I get why you're prioritizing leads and high-ticket clients, aka sales and marketing. That makes a lot of sense. So knowing what you know about X program, which is whatever your competitors, knowing what you know about that, and knowing what you've heard about that, and knowing what you know about us and how we specialize in specifically sales, right? Which program do you feel is going to best serve your now and immediate priorities? The sales agency or X program, right? They're going to be like, well, you know, sales agency, right? So that's how that works. So you can see how we are able to completely reframe this, getting somebody to go from, I want to go look at this, or I'm not sure about this, or I think I need this, or whatever. Okay, we were able to help them be able to reframe the entire outlook, right? We were able to use analogies to be able to help them compare what they know to what we know and able to bridge that, which was the analogy of helping them understand you try to fix everything at once, everything breaks, because that is true. And then we helped them be able to better understand what they needed, because a lot of the time, guys, you're going to hop on a call, whether you're selling digital marketing, whether you're selling a consulting service or coaching service or whatever you're selling, a lot of time you're going to realize when you hop on the call, they typically feel like they need something, whatever is at the end. Okay? Now what you're doing is helping them better understand their own priorities, that what they need is right up here. Okay, this will be different for everyone. It's not always going to be, you know, sales marketing systems. It's not going to be the same for everybody. But you're going to help them understand they need these things. Okay? And whenever you help them prioritize these top things, and you help them with that, and they know that those are the priorities, they're going to want to work with you, because now you've positioned yourself as the person that does this, whereas the person that does this, right? So you'll have to frame this in the way that works for your specific service. So this is how it's framed for us. So you would frame it in the same way. But I want you guys to be able to go back and watch how I redid this whole reframe of leveraging the hierarchy of priorities, right? I like to call it my prioritizing exercise close, because we always lead in with, first of all, a statement. Well, what we've come to learn is that whenever you try to fix everything at once, everything breaks, which you agree. So we want to get the first yes. The next thing is we get an analogy to be able to bridge the gap in our thinking. So now we're on the same page. And then we go in for the exercise. Ask permission. Like, would you be okay if we did an exercise real quick? Okay, can you get out a pen and paper? We're going to write this stuff down. Now we're going to say, what are the top 3 things right now that need your immediate attention in your agency? That's when you write them down. That's the first thing you do, because you want to help them realize what they believe they need. Okay, this is going to stop you from trying to sell what you want to sell. You can actually help them with what they need help with. Okay? And then you get into actually finding out what they believe each one of these things can do for them. Okay, so now you're creating more understanding. Then from there, you're helping them prioritize this based off of the now goal and the long-term goal. Okay, so you can also future pace if you chose to at the end of the call when you close the deal. So you're allowing them to do that through fastest and largest. And then after they've already you're going to ask them to prioritize it, and now they can actually prioritize whatever value they're trying to focus on now. Okay? And then from there, you can let them know, obviously, if they already know you do great with whatever these things are. So it makes it a lot easier for them to say, well, it makes sense to start with you. Right? So you're getting them to tell you they want to start with you. You're getting them to tell you that their main priorities are actually not what they thought, it's actually this. Okay? So you've helped them better understand their own thoughts. That's what an expert communicator does. This is an insanely powerful reframe, guys. This is one of the many exercise closes that we leverage in my Art of Sales mentorship, which if you're watching this on Facebook Live, then you can click a link above, book a time with my team, and see if we can apply these techniques into your business and help you generate, you know, a good 20 to 50 extra appointments per week organically, meetings. If you're watching this on YouTube, I put some links down in the description so you can check that out. But guys, this is an insanely powerful reframe. Looks like I got a question here. Yeah, John's like, oh my God, the value bomb is back. Guys, we're doing these once a week live in my Facebook group, 7-figure sales secrets, coaches, consultants, and SMMAs. So I hope you guys got a lot of value out of learning how to leverage the hierarchy of priorities and how to use my prioritizing exercise close in order to reframe an entire situation with somebody that isn't sure if they need to work with a competitor or not, and isn't sure what exactly they need in their business. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Show some love in the comments if you want to see new videos. or if you like this video, it helps me better understand the content you guys specifically want to see and not just what I want to put out. So hope that was helpful. Let's kick some ass this week, close some deals, and if you want any help with anything, just reach out to me or click the links below or above and we'll get in contact with you. Talk soon.